What is up guys, welcome back to another video, and in today's video we are going to be going over my map making process. Usually the way that I make maps, in simple terms, that's how you define map making process, and we're going to look at how I make maps. So basically we're going to follow through 9 simple steps, which I'm going to go over here. But if you want to learn any further, we're just going to jump right to it. So the first thing that you want to do is to select your theme. So here are some questions that you can ask yourself about what is the map that you want to create. So let's just go over the process of how I made one of my siege maps, which I submitted into an official contest. So here I'm just going to name it like sub. Yeah, you should sub to my channel, guys, if you want to see more. I have like a whole playlist of map making guides in one of my playlists on my channel, so if you want to see that, I'll link that in the description below. But again, first of all, you want to select the theme. So we already have selected the theme, which is a new way of using bushes as well as a new way of using teleporters, especially in Siege. So after we have done that, we're going to move on to memorable structures. So basically, memorable structures are the structures that you want to include in your map. And one of these structures, or a few of these structures, have to be memorable, so therefore it stands out. So how do you create a memorable structure, you might ask? Well, you might form a pattern. Just want to follow a pattern that people will recognize, and you want to differ from others. So I see these 2x2 bushes being used very often. 2x2 bushes are like the most commonly used bushes. I do not recommend using them to create memorable structures, but for beginner start, these are actually pretty good. So you want to create memorable structures. Usually they could be long or they could be short. It just depends on what type of map you want to create. So third step is probably the most interesting step and the most difficult step, to be honest. So how do you draft? If you haven't, then let me just explain it to myself real quick. So basically it's the first step that you want to make to create a new map. So this is like your first version of the map. It doesn't have to be perfect, guys, but it will require some patience and you will need some time to do it. So you want to have a general idea of what you want to make, and you want to place that idea onto the map. You want to set up your pattern of the map, or you just want to set the general theme of your map right here. If you think that there's like anything that's really wrong, you can just leave them for later on. For step 4, which is correcting. Let's say you have this structure. I'm just going to give examples. So let's say you have this structure right here and you don't like it for some reason. I personally don't like the structure. So what you can do is that you can change either the block variety, or you can just move it somewhere else and either delete it, or you can remove a few blocks if you'd like to. So like, I don't know, this is not the best structure, but I just want to give you guys an idea of what I mean by correcting. If you don't do this, then you're going to be stuck with this later on, and it's just not going to be fun then. The fifth step is going to be playtesting. So here on Brawlcraft, the app that I use currently to create and playtest my maps, there's a playtest option. There's only 4 brawlers, but it's enough. You can shoot, you can use your super, and practically do anything here. Yeah, right here. And basically, you just want to have a general feeling of how the map would play, how it's really good, really bad. Hopefully it's not bad, but you get the idea just how stuff would play. You could just run around the map, just shoot at different angles. Which walls could you shoot through? How far can he reach? So yeah, just ask yourself these questions while playing. Just test them out. You'll see, it's a great tool. The sixth phase is to make changes if necessary. So if there's something you don't like, you can always make changes. So after that, you just want to make changes after you have play tested it. So if anything goes wrong, you can always remove it or just modify it. If you need to repeat steps 5 and 6, which is playtesting and making changes if necessary, you can always do that. These two are probably like important parts of making a map. I always do that while making my maps. That's why I don't really produce a lot of maps. Right now, I just tend to focus on a few maps that really thrive instead of like tons of maps that are just very mediocre. That is how you make better maps. You just focus everything into one rather than focusing on a lot. So yeah, quality matters more than quantity, guys, as the quote says. So final touches can include a lot of things. So finalize your bolt spawn patterns in Siege. Finalize how you can get to the objective and gem grab, heist, showdown even. You just want to finish that. It shouldn't take a long while. It should just be for additioning. So you can also do this for aesthetics, which is like the beauty of your map. You can do this by either changing a few blocks, by modifying the block variety, by using basically different blocks to make your map. And the eighth step is probably the least important of them all because it doesn't matter very much, which is the name. Although if you really want to have a really good name, you can always use like wordhippo.com. That is a very good website to set example of words or synonyms which you can use to make your map. So line up right here, it's just simple. I like maps with simple names but really have a deep insight into it. It can be longer, but try to not pass 15 characters, as that is the maximum amount of characters allowed in the Brawl Stars naming tool. 9, it's really optional to you, but you can present your map to like a specific audience. Presenting could mean DMing someone. You can share to your club. You can share it on the Discord server. You can participate in a mapmaking contest. And if you do participate in a mapmaking contest, be sure to include a pixel crux link, your image, the Brawlcraft key, which you can just publish right here. It should give you a key. You can copy that. It'll paste it. So yeah. That's going to be it for the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I wish you the best of luck creating your maps. This has been my map making process, so everything that I do to make my map is included in this video. I'll see you next time. Peace out.